Hi, I'm Ashley Lowe from T2P TV, joined tonight by Bruce Nairn, and tonight is the 4th race of the 3rd series of the Annapolis Yacht Club Wednesday night racing. Last week, if you look at the scoreboard, there are TLEs splattered like blood all over the score sheet, but tonight we shouldn't have any problem with that time limit expired. It is cranking so hard from the west that we might see some tight reaches, maybe even some kite sets on the starting line, so let's check it out. Before we get to the starts, though, I want to tell you a little bit about some ties going on in Perf 3. We have Jab and Wildcard tied, and in the J35s, Aunt Jean and Bazing. Start at the pin on starboard? Do you start at the boat? Everyone's choosing port, and a few are having kites up. Beautiful. A little trouble for Mach 5. The pole is having a mind of its own, but a little manpower can solve that.
Or not.
They got it. The asymmetrical boats look a lot happier about this, but some of these boats are, wow, right on the edge. The breeze is picking up for Perf 1 and Perf 2. There are 2 seconds left. They're gonna nail this start. Monkey Dust just crushed that one. Uh-oh, you better get that kite halyard up or it's gonna catch some serious water. They got Elvis to avoid.
They have their hands full, Ash.
There we go. Get a buddy. That always helps. Most of these sailors have a lot of experience jostling for position when they're facing upwind, but when it's downwind, it's a little more confusing. Doghouse, number 202 with the red kite up there, had the reverse of a dip start where they were over the line and then sailed upwind to dip and then back and had an incredible start. Arthur and Tom have been sailing together since they were teenagers at SSA. It shows. They had a great start. And meanwhile at the pin, they had to sail a little bit hotter of an angle to make it to this mark and having quite a battle. Some of the boats have not put a kite up yet, but it's actually not hurting them. They've got a little wing-on-wing action going. They haven't lost that much. They've made it around A. Now they have to sail even deeper to get out to F on their second leg. These boats are so well matched with their crew and the way they prepare their boats that they are on top of each other 10 minutes after the start. This is Ramsey Benura's stacked, bringing up the J80 rear. Looks like an early night for Ed Hartman. They've turned around before everybody else. I hope everyone's all right.
Broken gear, I guess.
Nate Tower and Alan Finkelstein's gotcha is the first par 30. Back upwind, they got Mike Coe calling tactics. That's probably why. William White Zyberger was the only boat in Perf 1 to finish last week. They've got a little more competition this week. Mirage was one of those boats starting at the pin. They kept the whole fleet behind them, and they're still keeping them behind them. There's a 3-boat pileup coming in here. Doghouse went all the way to the right looking upwind and got stuck in the middle of the fleet. John Harris's School's Out on the 70s has caught up to the 105s. Look at that wide and tight. If I had an empty seat next to me on the school bus, I would save it for that guy. I want to meet him. McNamara, Jenner, and Bo's T-Dance Snake is not letting them get too far ahead, though. Trouble for a snowstorm. They tried to do an early drop but lost control of it, and now they're pulling up some shrimp.
You're not the only boat having it.
Oh yeah, Wind Rider isn't too much better off. Ed Holt's Eduardo Especial is leading the Etchels. They got Catherine Boudère driving this Etchels right behind them, keeping it on the edge. Charles Lutz's Pogo, who is sitting in 10th overall, was leading that pack. It is a little tricky to tell who is in the lead, but he's in the lead. As we get into the river, the waves are calming down a little bit, the breeze is calming down a little bit, and they've got their little man calling the breeze right behind the skipper.
They look like they're out in front to me.
Oh yeah. Bare feet's the best. Always a beautiful sight is seeing the two woodwinds out here match racing each other. I wonder if there's a rivalry. Looks pretty friendly. Craig and Dottie Saunders' Monkey Dust are leading Perf 1, and they told me they named the boat Monkey Dust because that's what he said at the football game when he wanted the other team to lose. Pew, pew, Monkey Dust, pew! And they got it on Zyberger. And John Tahansky, who isn't on board tonight, left in the capable hands of Greg Lyons and Kent, are bringing Quatu first across the line for Perf 2. Mirage is short tacking it in here, trying to keep an eye on Doghouse. They have come all the way back from the middle of the pack, pushing it for first. They were indeed shy. Now they've got Gratitude to worry about. Poking it in there.
Oh, but they're gonna get swamped.
They're gonna get trashed by their bad air.
Well, they got plenty of lead to burn up. They're gonna need it.
Lewis and Salveson's Mirage, they have been able to get pinched up above Gratitude to get some better air. Only a couple yards left till they can wipe their foreheads clean on this one. Even with the questionable tacking near the end of that mark, Doghouse hasn't been able to put on the miles to catch them.
That's in the operating word is miles.
Yeah.
Need a school bus.
The bridge and the club are throwing off huffs and shifts. They played them well, and Mirage has crossed first with their 105s tonight. So in the wintertime, you might have wanted to have some foulies out there, but in the summertime, when those waves lap up against your boat, waves on, breeze on, couldn't be a better summer. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ashley Love from T2P TV. Thank you, Bruce Nairn. We'll catch you next week for the 5th race of the 3rd series, the Annapolis Yacht Club Wednesday Night Racing.